Terrorist threat to children in schools. So Janet Davey is being served in relation to that. And to do with the lockdowns, teaching in the schools is to a terrorist threat of suggestion of beheading of children. I can confirm that's true. I've done a lot of research in it, and it's not just pulled out of anything. You've got teachers' unions that are talking about it, right? So we can all clarify it. It's about time the public are told the truth about what threat it is to their children. I'm aware of many parents that are going to be pulling their children from school, right? This September, there's going to be many children not attending school this September because there's so many parents that are fighting now because of the current terrorist threat that has been released.
My daughter was one.
Sorry, one second. So that's them two. That's them two servants there. Right.
Yeah, before we go on about that,
Go on.
you was here last year.
Yeah, I was here last year.
And this was.
Yeah, that's what I'm
come off
going
the
to
back
show.
of that.
Yeah, right. I visited you guys last year, and a ban was brought into place last year under the previous government. Gillian Keegan, who was predecessor of the Education Minister, you probably worked with her, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right. Well, Gillian Keegan and Richard Sunak last year, they brought into place a ban on under nines being taught any sexual graphic material. Also not put to push the transgender stuff. However, we're very much aware there's evidence out there now that is still being taught. The ban has been completely ignored. You're now teaching children as part of the sex education, and it's encouraged apparently by the government to teach the children choking during sex. Why would any 6-year-old need to be taught that? That is one of the reasons why I'm going to be giving you a sex education serving. Hold on there. No, that's the terrorism one. This is this one here. Again, it's a letter to her with all the evidence that we're backing it up with. We haven't come here empty-handed. We don't want to look stupid, right? We're not happy that the ban's been ignored since last year. The ban got put in place. Now, a law gets put in place. If we break the law, we get arrested, right? So now, because the new government stepped in place, people are ignoring the ban. That shouldn't be the case at all. Nobody should be ignoring the ban. Bans are brought in as a rule, same as laws are brought in as a law. We're governed by law. Everyone's governed by law. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the Department of Education and the whole education establishment at the moment are committing crimes against humanity, and also they're ignoring a ban. So that is a crime there itself. So that's in relation to the sex education. Right. This is back to the terrorist threat. Again, you've got one for Janet Davey, who obviously she's head of children's services. Okay. Well, Bridget Phillipson is head of education, Department of Education. So it's only right that she gets this same notice as well. And this notice, again, is in relation to the terrorism threat on the school. It's identical to the other bundle. So basically, that is four lots that have been served. Right. There's email addresses for them to get in contact with us.
In here.
I'll show you.
Each letter should have an email address.
It's the red one, that's the red one. Pink one. There's an email address on the red one at the top. At the top.
That's very helpful. Thank you very much.
What should we say? 3 weeks, 4 weeks for some sort of notification before we have to take it to the next stage.
Yeah,
Some feedback from you.
I'll speak to the relevant teams and we can get back to you on this. And I'm sure in a few weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks. Have you got a contact number? Can I have a contact number for you guys? Or a business card or something?
I don't have a business card, but I can come back over email with kind of relevant contact information, and I can come back with our email address.
Can I just say one little thing? With Kieran, with the hard work he's put in, I just want to say one thing as a father, having an 11-year-old son that was in the state education system. He was sexualised at school under this new PSHE curriculum level they put out, which Kieran has been fighting hard against. My son was taught about masturbation at 11 years of age. He was told to use his hands like this, and the children using their fingers like this, the females, and he was told that, and he was scared. He come home frightened and crying that this place here is pushing this in the schooling system. 72 genders he was taught about. The Tavistock institution having his body parts cut off. These were teachers. not educators, they were groomers and paedophiles. That's what I'm going to class them as. So you have made me very unhappy as a father of a son that was sexualised in the education system. So when Kieran gives you these papers, I hope you go away and you read through them, the hard work he's put involved in it, and there's going to be many more parents like me are really, really ticked off that you're doing this to our children, young, innocent, vulnerable children in a state education system where they're meant to be educated, not groomed on. So you can imagine I'm angry as a father.
Sam, don't take it personally.
I'm not saying I'm just saying where it comes from my perspective. I'm a father and I have to protect my children. I have to.
But on,
We're emotionally driven.
Going back to the contact, is it possible that you can give Kieran your contact number before we leave?
I can come back.
Well,
on
I can
this.
take it straight on my phone now. You don't have to do it live on there. I can take that separately. I can do that, obviously.
I can give you an email address now. Yeah, sure.
Or a contact number? Business number here?
I don't need to give you my personal phone number.
Okay,
so
I don't want your personal phone number, man. I don't want your office.
No, I want to find out where you have to be dinner.
No. Well, what's
I'll give you an email address.
Go on.
Aaron, can you just
Because I would like.
But you can imagine as an officer, right, as a father of 2 children, 3 children actually, that you would be disappointed with those that are educating your children and teaching them how to touch themselves. It's really inappropriate for any adult, man or woman, to educate a child in sexual positions, masturbation, and wet dreams, and 72 genders, and pronouns, all these kinds of uncomfortable talk in the classroom. And I asked this police officer in my town, could you arrest this teacher for what they've taught my child? And they said, no, they can't. And that really disappointed me as a local police force that weren't willing to arrest those that were teaching our children what you could only describe as paedophilia talk, grooming. You can imagine, I'm only here because I've got a child that was sexualised in school. And I'm a masculine and a protector, obviously, of my children. Who are all these people here? Who are all these weird ones here? Oh God, look at these, look.
This crowd, I remember Kenneth Baker.
See, look at these people, look. And they're pushing this uncomfortable talk into your state education, with children being taught about masturbation. And say, oh, we all remember this one, Nadine Zahi, he's on my board, dirty stinking rat. Look at these dirties, and most of them will be Freemasons, 33-degree Masons, believe it or not, if you didn't know that. As most of them are part of the lodges. The big lodge that we went against in London. Sickening, dirty, Freemasonic paedophiles. Let's state them. Oh look, this one can only be described as a male in transgender clothes. Maggie Thatcher was actually a male and she was a dirty, filthy rotter. Look at that. Yeah, look at that dirty little scum. And this, look, I'm going to go through slowly. All Freemasonic, scum, paedophile, rats. Every single one of them part of a lodge, the largest lodge in the country, which is in London. And we went against that lodge because they're all fucking perverts. You might not like it how I say it, but it's going to be said the way I want to say it. Let's say this little rat here, look. Dirty rotters. Get a statement. I wouldn't want to be in this building associated with this crap. Perverts and paedophiles.